Daily Ops rewards have received some major changes with Update 25, and there is a lot of confusion about the way the system works now, but don't worry, I'm about to change that. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. In this feature overview, I'm going over the latest changes with the Daily Ops rewards, which went live with Update 25, and I will explain you how everything works now. I noticed that most of you are really confused about the roles, the duplicates, and the latest patch notes regarding the mechanic changes, and that's completely normal. I was also very confused at first. The system is not the most straightforward one, I must admit, and with all the existing bugs and rule exceptions, things can easily become chaotic. But I'm hoping to change that with this video, so let's get into it right away. Let's start with the most beneficial change, which you are surely aware of by now. If not, here it is. With Update 25, Bethesda changed your chances to roll a rare reward to 100% every single time you finish a daily operation in Elder mode. But one, you need to be above level 50, and second, the reward can only trigger once per day or per 24 hours until the reset time, which is around 5 PM GMT +1, my time zone. As I said, it's a change that is very easy to understand. Before we had an 80% chance to roll a rare reward under the same conditions, and that's why quite often you would get none result under the rare reward section, because that 20% seemed to trigger a lot for some reason. But now with Update 25, that's gone, it's part of the past. You no longer can roll the non-rewards if you meet the rules I mentioned above. I know, there are some bugs, and I will go over that later on, but basically they are visual bugs, so there's nothing much to worry about in there. Before we move any further, and to avoid any unnecessary confusion, I want to make something very clear. What is a rare reward to Bethesda? What does it mean exactly? Well, they usually write rare reward to address any unique reward you can get exclusively from daily operations. Here are some examples from the latest patch notes. Now, this term includes all the unique plans and Brotherhood cosmetics as well. However, when it comes to the game files, there is a clear distinction there. We have the rare category, yes, which includes mostly the recon armor and weapon plans, as well as cosmetics, among other things, as shown in this datamine sheet. And then we have the uncommon category, which includes the plans nobody wants, such as the Vault 94 stuff and the most common signs, you know, the Boros, Valley Galleria, and such. The Daily Ops system include the leveled or parent reward organization, but let's ignore that here, it's not very relevant. Overall, for Bethesda, the Daily Ops rare rewards are all the possible exclusive items you can get from daily operations, which clearly doesn't just include the Untradable plans, or just plans altogether. So make sure to remember this every time Bethesda mentions rare rewards. It's basically everything, all the unique things you can get from this system. Now that we made this distinction, you probably understand why is it so difficult to roll all the plans you are still missing. It's basically because we have two reward categories, and they are extremely unbalanced. The uncommon reward list only contains 8 possible rewards, which gives each reward there a 6% chance to drop if the system rolls this category first. In contrast, we have the rare category featuring 25 rewards with the Still Dawn DLC. It used to be way less, but now we have 25 in total, all with the same exact chance to roll if you didn't learn any of them yet, which is exactly 2% chance per entry. I will go over the re-rolling and duplicate rules in the next points, by the way. Anyhow, I think it's obvious that having 8 items in one group and then 25 in another is far from being balanced, and it certainly makes your farming process way more difficult. Way more than it should be, at least. Okay, now let me make something else clear. Whenever you finish a daily operation, the system will analyze the conditions in which you finished and then decide how to roll the rare rewards. If you finish in Paladin while above level 50, you only have a 10% chance to roll any rare reward, which is then divided by 2, 5% to roll a rare reward and a 5% chance to roll an uncommon reward. Then we get into each entry, but before rolling any individual reward, the system always goes for the category first. Remember, we have leveled rewards for daily ops. Now, using the Elder tier as an example, it's a 50-50 chance for both categories. Every time you finish in Elder mode above level 50, you have a 50% chance to roll a rare reward and a 50% chance to roll an uncommon reward. Then, that's when things start to get really interesting. For uncommon, the chance to roll any of the entries is always the same, whether you have learned them already or not. It's always 6% there. And there is no sub-rule for this category. Therefore, why we keep getting so many borrow signs and Vault 94 plan duplicates. That's the main reason why daily ops duplicates are still a thing after update 25. It's not a bug, it's intended, it's how the system works. Anyway, let's move to the rare rewards category now. Alright, so the uncommon category has no restrictions. You can always roll any of the plans listed there, but the same cannot be said about the rare reward category. First of all, this section is divided into two types of rewards, the untradable plans and everything else. There are only a few plans which are untradable. It includes the Recon Armor plans and the new Brotherhood weapons, the Crusader pistol, the Hellstorm launcher, and the Plasma caster. These are the only rewards part of the untradable subcategory, which cannot drop twice if you have already learned them. This means if you learn such untradable plans, they are excluded off the rewards list altogether the next time you complete a daily operation. All in all, they sort of get hidden from the reward list and they are not part of the rolling process anymore, which increases your chance to roll all the remaining plans. But there's a twist here. Remember the everything else I mentioned earlier? Yeah, the rare category also includes plans which will always drop whether you have learned them or not, such as the Brotherhood Special Ops suit and mask, the Super Mutant tube, the Swamp Hazmat suit, and the named legendary weapons. There's a lot of plans, as you can see. There's plenty of rare rewards which are permanently part of the list. Therefore, once again, why do you keep getting duplicates? This is another reason why. The change here is that now the untradable plans get excluded from the roll list if you have learned them already. That's it. There are 9 of them in total out of 25 possible rewards. It's less than half, just to give you an idea. I'm selecting them here to show you exactly which ones are considered untradable for the system. So in theory, your chances to get what you are missing are higher, yes. But that doesn't mean you can no longer get duplicates in general. To give you a practical example, if you only need the Crusader pistol plan at this point, your chances to get it are basically 25 minus 8, which leaves you with 17 possible rewards under rare. That would be around 6% chance to roll any of these 17 rewards, if, of course, the system rolls rare rewards first. It's surely better than the 2% for the 25 rewards in total. That's definitely true. Now, the only duplicates you cannot get are untradable plans. That's the exception to the rule. This leaves you with all the other rewards from the uncommon and rare categories, which can always be considered for a roll, 8 uncommon and 16 rare, which is a total of 24 rewards that are always eligible for duplicates. That's a lot, right? No wonder we keep getting all sorts of duplicates even after the changes. I hope at least now you understand how it works and why are you getting duplicates. It's not because Bethesda failed here, it's not the case for once, it's because it's intended, it's how the system works, sadly. Another point of confusion is the several rare rewards from one single operation. Some people have even rolled duplicated plans per run, and that sounds very strange. I know, but it's totally normal. Let me explain why this can happen. Completing an operation in Elder mode doesn't close the previous tiers. The higher you unlock, the more rewards you can get. So if you finish in Elder mode, this means you have automatically unlocked the previous 2 tiers, which include Initiate and then Paladin, with 5% and 10% chance to get rewards respectively. Then we have Elder with 100% now. But despite the low chances, it still means every now and then you might end up receiving rewards from 2 tiers or even all of them, as it happened to me here. It was the only time in months to get 3 rewards at once for me. It's a truly rare event in my experience, but it can surely happen, and this is proof of it. Also, when it comes to untradable plans, you can roll duplicates in this situation as well, because if you haven't learned such plans yet, the system can roll 2 of the same at once, if you manage to get rewards from several tiers at once, just like it happened to this player. This sort of event is ultra rare. I have never seen any other case until date, but again, it can happen. Alright, now let's move on to existing bugs which are still live and might generate confusion as well. There are 2 different visual bugs with the daily ops rewards board. The first one will basically autocomplete the reward tiers and claim you have no rewards left for the day, but in reality you haven't done daily ops in the past 24 hours or in days. Before update 24, this bug didn't always generate a rare reward, most likely because of the 20% chance to roll none in Elder mode, but now with the 100% chance with this change, it's clear that this is a visual bug. You always get something even if the bug happens. So make sure to check your inventory for daily ops plans or for cosmetics. You do get something, it doesn't show up in the operations board. Now the second bug is very similar. Instead of auto-completing the tiers, it will show you emptiness under the rare rewards, as if you got nothing at all, but again, it's not true. This is another visual bug, and when it happens, make sure to check your inventory. Don't trust it. Actually, you can now check the new tab to identify which reward you just received. It's much easier that way than to look at your individual tabs and then look for a plan for a cosmetic and so on. Now, I want to show you another visual bug reported to me a few days ago. If you pick up any items from players while inside daily ops, it will later show up at the operations board. Just like this pile of script legendaries I gave to my friend, they appeared on his board as part of the daily ops rewards, when in reality he looted them from me. Again, it's a visual bug, nothing major, just to let you know it exists. Moving forward, I have been testing daily ops every day ever since update 25 went live, and I can confirm most of the old bugs are still there. They weren't fixed with the latest patch, sadly, such as the uplink bug, where it can get stuck or frozen for no good reason. The progress just doesn't increase anymore. When that happens, you normally have to restart. Every player needs to exit the operation to reset it. I heard that if a new player joins while this bug is active, there is a chance for the uplink to unfreeze itself, but it has never worked for me so far. Another common issue is about enemies spawning behind walls or on top of roofs. This is still happening as shown in the footage from a few days ago. Lucky for us, this dog unstuck himself and he came through the wall to attack me. But sometimes they spawn too far off and there is no way to kill them. If it's behind a wall, floater grenades, for example, do a fine job at bypassing the bug and killing them, but when it's on the roof, there's nothing much to be done. You must reset as well. Both issues are still live and waiting for a fix with update 25. Unlike some players have been saying, Bethesda did fix daily ops and it's now working as intended. Just because you are still getting duplicated stuff, it doesn't mean their changes didn't work. It's just a fairly complex system with categories, rules, and exceptions, which can naturally confuse people and lead to misinformation and fake news. As I explained in this video, your chances to get the untradable plans or any plan you want are much higher with update 25 due to two main reasons. First, the 20% chance to get no rare rewards in Elder mode are now gone. It's always 100%. You can always roll a rare reward whenever you complete it. Secondly, the Untradable reward exception is now properly working. In update 24, it wasn't working very well, but now it's excluding the Untradable plans from the rolling list when you have learned them already, which obviously increases your chances to get what you are missing because there are less entries for the system to consider now. That's why. Alright, that's everything for this feature overview. I hope you could learn something new here. The daily ops rewards are far from being simple, and that's why there is so much confusion around it. But I hope I can change that with this video. Anyway, that's it. I am Marta Branco. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions or doubts about what I just explained here, and leave a like if you enjoyed what you just saw. As usual, a huge thanks to all my members and patrons. You guys rock, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Until then, take care, adios, bye bye!